Welcome back to uncovering the greatness beneath the muck. In our last episode, we started this journey of clearing away the mud to find the brilliance within. Today, we're tackling a huge piece of that muck, the feeling that we need someone else's permission to feel good about ourselves. There is a powerful quote from Eleanor Roosevelt that really sets the stage for today's conversation. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Just let that sink in for a moment. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. This idea is a game changer because it shifts the power dynamic entirely. It suggests that our feelings of inadequacy aren't just things that happen to us. They are things we, on some level, allow. Think about it. When has someone's criticism truly crushed you? Was it a stranger on the street? Or was it someone whose opinion you valued? Chances are, it was the latter. Why? Because you had already given their judgment weight. We often think insecurity is something that's forced upon us from the outside. A critical parent, a competitive colleague, a judgmental friend. And while their actions are real, the sting of their words or behavior is amplified by a process that happens inside our own minds. We internalize it. We take their opinion and we make it our truth. So, how exactly are we giving this consent to feel inferior? It's often very subtle. It's not like we're signing a contract that says, "Yes, please make me doubt myself." Instead, it shows up in our daily habits. One of the biggest culprits is comparison. You scroll through social media. You see someone's highlight reel, their perfect vacation, their new promotion, their happy family photo, and instantly, a little voice whispers, "Why isn't my life like that? What am I doing wrong?" In that moment, you've just consented to feeling less than. You've used someone else's curated reality as a measuring stick for your own messy, beautiful, and authentic life. And you've decided you don't measure up. Another way we give consent is through people-pleasing. When we're so afraid of disapproval, we bend over backward to make everyone happy. We say yes when we mean no. We change our opinions to fit the room. We silence our own needs to accommodate others. Every time we do this, we're sending a message to ourselves. Their approval is more important than my own authenticity. Their feelings matter more than mine. We're essentially handing them the remote control to our self-worth. And then there's silence. How many times have you been in a meeting and had a great idea, but you stayed quiet because you were afraid of looking stupid? Or maybe someone made a backhanded comment that stung, but you just smiled and let it go because you didn't want to cause a scene. That silence is a form of consent. It's allowing your own voice and your own value to be dismissed. By not speaking up for ourselves, we passively agree with the implied message that we are not worthy of being heard. Now, this is the really important part. Hearing all this might make you feel a little defensive, or maybe even guilty. Great, so it's my fault I feel bad about myself. Absolutely not. This is not about self-blame, it's about self-empowerment. Taking responsibility for our self-perception isn't about blaming ourselves for having these feelings. It's about recognizing that we have the power to change them. You didn't choose to have these patterns ingrained in you, but you can choose to start creating new ones. The first step is awareness. Simply start noticing when you give your consent. When you find yourself scrolling and comparing, just be aware. Say to yourself, there I am, comparing again. I'm giving my consent to feel bad. When you catch yourself about to say yes to something you don't want to do, pause and notice. I'm about to people please. I'm giving consent to put someone else's needs before mine. You don't need to fix it all at once. The goal isn't to become a fortress of self-confidence overnight. The goal is to start revoking that consent, one small moment at a time. It's about realizing that you, and only you, are the gatekeeper of your self-worth. You don't need your partner, your boss, your parents, or the random person on the internet to validate you. You don't need their permission to believe in yourself. That permission slip was yours to sign all along. So, this week, I challenge you to just notice. Notice when you hand over your power. That awareness is the first and most crucial step in taking it back. You are worthy. You are enough. Right now, just as you are. Start believing it. Thanks for joining me for another episode. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss our next step in uncovering the greatness beneath the muck. See you next time.